Hello everyone and welcome here to the channel today. Here we visited an interesting place in Ankara called the Museum of Anatolian Civilization. And this museum here is not far from Ankara Castle that we visited the last time. Here at the Museum of Anatolian Civilization, there is a lot to learn about Turkish history and also about human history and how humans have evolved. And people visit this place every day to learn history here in this museum. Even children and college students come here to learn the history of human development and human evolution. I won't be able to speak loudly much when we enter the museum because I think noise is not allowed and because there are people inside learning. But I will do my best to communicate and talk to you guys. And when we visited this place, the tickets were 280 Turkish lira per person, but I think now they cost around 400 Turkish lira. There's actually a lot to learn and see here. So kindly come along, stay tuned, watch and enjoy until the end for the grand finale. These items here are actually history, and they have been preserved for years for educational purpose. The item here actually have their names below. I don't know if you can see it. Antelope, pot with an handle, and animal head. Let me try to zoom in a little so you can see how preserved they really looked. Soon, I will be heading to the most interesting place here, where they have things like the coins that people used in the past and much more. This actually has to do with the way of life of the Turkish people. This is actually the blacksmith. Blacksmith are those people who produce sword, knife, you know. So this is actually the way of life of the Turkish people way back, you know, ancient times. These people are actually called the blacksmiths. The blacksmiths are those people who develop weapon like sword, knife, and others. You see how it's been made with an hot metal, and this is actually history. Yeah. This is actually the Turkish history. I don't know if you can see it clear. This is actually an idol. An idol. What people worship back then. An idol. It's written clear there. An idol. Earplug, good, and others. Necklace. There are always a lot of people visiting this place here. You just learn a lot about the Turkish history and get yourself educated. You know, this is just the way of life of the Turkish people. Wait, I tried to find the year. If you see, I tried to find the year. This was, I think, if you can see it clear. 2000 BC. This is actually an ancient times. 2000 BC, 2030, sorry, 2250 to 2000 BC. So this is quite a long time ago. A long time ago. when you visit here, there's a lot to learn about life, not just about the Turkish history. There's a lot about to learn. You can see it. Let me bring this quite close. '19 to 17th century BC. So everything here is quite old. all of the stone of artifacts. Everything here is just about something historical you can learn from. This is actually from the Roman period. Zeus. Zeus. I know if you have not maybe seen a movie about Zeus, you must have heard about Zeus. Let me get a little closer. The bust of Zeus, Roman period. You can see a lot of people actually visit this place, pay for tourist guide just to learn a lot from this place here. There's actually a lot you can learn visiting this place here. I don't recommend anyone who is in Ankara who wants to visit this place to visit this place. There's a lot to learn actually from this place. You can see a lot of people actually visit this place. They even pay for tourist guide, so the tourist guide can actually explain what this is to them. Actually, some of the terms here are written in Turkish and in English, so you can read and understand for yourself. But maybe it's more easier when you come with a tourist guide and you can learn, you can see, learn, and someone explain to you. I think that is the purpose of a tourist guide. Someone who can explain to you actually in your language. Because you can see those people up there. I think those people are actually maybe Greek or Russian. Someone there they pay for as tourist guide will explain and break things down easier for them so that they can understand. If they can't read in English or don't understand Turkish, because the words here, most of them are actually written in English and in Turkish only. This is actually century AD. This is, I don't know if you can see it, some are century BC and some are century AD. So it's quite, these terms here are stored for historical purpose to learn and get educated about history and how ancient people lived their life. And you can learn a lot visiting this place here. You will definitely learn a lot visiting this place here. head of the Persian men, late 6th century BC. Portrait of a man. Man, there's actually quite a lot here. There's quite a lot here. You just, if you have time, you come here. There are a lot you can read. You read for yourself and actually learn it for yourself. I think this. Let me check this out. I think these are actually ancient. You understand? You can see these are actually ancient currencies. This here is Greek coins, you know, and here is, you can see, this here is Roman coins. These are actually old currencies. You know, everything here is just about history. You come here, you learn. If you have time, you read for yourself, and you learn about history. You know, life is all about exploring and learning. This is actually Islam's currency. You can see it's just in Turkish and in English. So probably if you don't understand Turkish and English, probably you need someone like a tour guide who can explain to you in your language so you can understand more better. But there's actually a lot someone can learn from here. You visit this place, you learn a lot about history. a view from the natural history of Ankara. You can see everything here is just historical. You learn about history when you visit a place like this. There is a lot to learn. So here is somewhere I do recommend anyone who wants to visit to come and learn a lot. There are a lot to learn from here, visiting this museum here. These are actually kids over there learning about history. They just visit this place to learn about history. And it's something good and educational, you know. You visit a place like this, you learn about the Roman Empire, you know, back to the 2000 BC, you learn a lot. You see, these are actually students.
A short video about the evolution of humans.
A very short video about the evolution of humans.
And that will be all for today. Thanks for watching, and kindly share your opinion on the video and what you think about the museum in the comment section. And is this a place you would like to visit when you come to the capital of Turkey, Ankara? Also let me know in the comments. Hope to see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.